against Arkansas State. They really, honestly, barely got by in this game. You look at that final score, 88-79. You don't expect that type of just inconsistency with a team. I know rankings are relative, right? But also a team that is legitimately could be and has the resume to be the number two team overall. But Tyler, when you look at this Alabama team and what they and how they performed tonight, is it one of those? It's early in the season. We still working on some things until trying to incorporate some guys, some transfers, some portal guys into our system to really get into our groove, or is this a little look into maybe some issues that we could see with Alabama throughout the season?
No, I'm not worried about Alabama. I actually think Arkansas State may be better than what a lot of people are thinking, but it just shows you that sometimes it takes a while for guys that you pick up in the portal. And I know they have a heck of a freshman class as well. It takes a little bit for that to develop. I'm a big fan of Cliff Laurier. I've always thought I thought he was the best player in the portal last year, but I think Alabama's this is a bad night, and they also shot 19% from the 3-point line. So they're not going to continue to do that.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, you got to start Mark Sears going 0 for 5 from 3, 4, 12 from the field and only 19 points. So, Jarrell, you have these situations where nobody's going to play a perfect game. Obviously, you're going to have off nights. But when it comes to this situation, it's more so, and like Tyler mentioned, like this Arkansas State team is better than what a lot of people would have imagined coming into the situation. But also with Alabama, breaking down that film, that next practice is going to be hell for those guys. So as a leader like Mark Sears is with this group, what do you think that message is to his teammates to really rebound, to bounce back?
I mean, I would be more interested just to see what kind of the inside of their team makeup almost to a point where it's like what would Nate Oates' message be as well? Like, because I feel like just watching him since he's kind of been there. I'm like Tyler. I'm not sweating this game at all. I feel like this kind of plays into exactly who Alabama is. They're a team that can pretty much drop 100 points on you on any given night. And defensively, it's kind of, it's selective. They're gonna guard some nights better than they are on other nights, but at the same time, I've come quite accustomed to them coming out and giving up 80 points to guys where it's like, shit, I don't know most of their roster's names. So I'm not really surprised by it. It's almost like defense is a little bit optional for Alabama, but at the end of the day, they shoot a ton of threes. They got offensive firepower and they can fill it up. They got really good players, possibly the best guard in the country. And some other really good young pieces as well too that they added to the mix. So I think this is just it's kind of their DNA and who they are. Like one team drops 80. Well, we didn't play great. Sears didn't shoot the ball great, and we still almost scored 90 points and we won by 10 almost. So it's like that's kind of who they are. They probably just gonna rinse it off and pick up and be ready to go for the next one.
Yeah, for sure. Because that schedule for Alabama is looking really rough. I mean, you have McNeese, you have Purdue, Illinois, Houston, Rutgers, North Carolina, Creighton. Like it's all down the line for that team. So you would rather, in my opinion, have one of these games where you learn some things about yourself, and like Jarrell said, just kind of rinse it off, wash it off, and be better for the next opponent, which will be McNeese. So what are you taking from tonight's game with Alabama? Then also with that upcoming schedule as I laid out, how do you feel on how they match up moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, just like the Kansas game, I thought a game like this is going to be perfect for the coaching staff to get on film. Arkansas State wasn't afraid of Bama today at all. Bama does play more of a finesse game. I'm a big fan of Mark Sears. He's starting beside a freshman. I'm not that high on Cliff Amori. I watched him at Rutgers for 4 years. The last 3 years, he really didn't get much better. If he's not dunking the ball, he doesn't have great touch around the rim. Good rebounder, decent paint protection, but he's going to have to get much better with his finishing around the rim if he is forced to finish from 4 to 5 feet and out. I feel that Arkansas State's guards were just so physical, especially off the ball. So it took Oates and Bama to really adjust to it. They weren't as free-flowing as they usually like to be. and that physicality really took them out their game. But they did adjust to it to get the win. But they have some new guys too, so a little bit of adversity isn't that bad. But as you said, they do have a really good schedule coming up here. But this game probably foiled a couple of game plans where I think they're going to be a lot more prepared for it for sure.